Hey everybody, Spiritual Whistleblower here with another video on narcissistic abuse. This is a very serious video. I'm not even going to take the time to promote my phone coaching services. That's how serious this video is, because I really care about the well-being of women, okay, especially Black women, but I love all women. If you've survived narcissistic abuse, we need more videos that protect women instead of videos that, they teach women, but there's a hidden agenda behind the person creating the videos. Okay, so ladies, please share this video. I'm going to post it everywhere. I'm going to post it on my Facebook. You can share it on Facebook. You can share it to Twitter, your LinkedIn. Get the word out and show this video to your daughters. If your daughters are teenagers, if they're in college, tell your nieces, your daughters, tell everybody, okay? We've got to start looking out for each other. I did a video yesterday on psychopaths, okay? These male life coaches, there is a large number. If I would have to guess, I would say 95% of male life coaches on YouTube and the podcast are narcissistic. They're psychopaths, okay? And today what we're going to discuss, I have written here on the whiteboard 10 things that you need to discuss if you're going to book a male life coach, ladies. These are 10 things that you need to consider before you cough over your money, okay? These are things to watch for when you're watching their videos, when they're talking, they're giving their advice, when they're on their super chats and all of that. These are 10 things. I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for teaching y'all this, and I don't care. But at the end of the day, we're being scammed. We're being scammed by these psychopaths posing as life coaches, pastors, ministers, relationship gurus. The men are pimping us, and it's time. It's 2022. I can't take it anymore. I cannot sit back and watch y'all just fawn over these men because they're handsome or they have pretty colored eyes or they lick their lips. We got to stop, because you're being manipulated. Okay, you just got out of a relationship with a narcissist, and you run to you get some advice from another narcissistic manipulator. He's no better than your boyfriend or your ex-husband. So let's talk about these 10 signs here. Now, before we get into the 10 signs, I deliberately left off one thing. It really, I was going to put up here asking them for their credentials, their life coaching certification, if they're therapists, their certification, if they're psychologists, what have you. I mean, it's important to a lot of people. I say it's not, because there are so many narcissists in the medical field, in the psychiatry field. You go to therapy and you don't even know that your psychologist or your therapist is a narcissist. They totally don't give a fuck. They're sitting there listening to you bleed your heart out, cry, vent, and all that. And they're getting narcissistic supply sadistically off of your pain and suffering in those sessions. They don't care. They're going to gaslight. They're going to encourage you to reconnect with your abuser or forgive your mother and father who abused you. And when you take their advice, the narcissist is going to re-abuse you again. And guess what? You're going to prolong your therapy. And that's exactly what these narcissistic therapists and psychologists and doctors want, because every time you visit them, they have to bill you, and it's all about the money. They have to string you along as long as they can to keep their bills paid. So y'all better wake up and know game. Credentials really means nothing. You want to deal with someone who has suffered severely narc abuse all throughout their families. That is the best educator, okay? Because I've seen people with credentials do extensive damage to victims. They just hid behind their professions and they hid behind their degrees. They still were abusive. So I left off credentials. Let's go. Let's start with number one. Money hungry. Number one. When you go to their YouTube channels and they do their live super chats, if they are pressuring you to roll in donations, reminders, or they have their little minions, their what are they called, the moderators, or whoever floating around, and the moderators are pressuring people to donate, red flag. Quality speaks for itself. When your content is top of the line, when your content is quality, people will willingly donate without you pressuring them. Narcissists are money hungry. Everything is all about money. Okay? Remember that. So they will say and do whatever they need to get you to roll in those super chat donations. Okay? Be careful. Second thing, triangulation. Triangulation, if you're not careful, you'll miss it. It'll go over your head. A lot of these life coaches have girlfriends and wives. And what they will do is they will keep throwing their girlfriend or wife in the face of the female audience, kind of like to make their female audience jealous of the wife or girlfriend. It's triangulation. Like, I know you're brokenhearted, but look how good I treat my wife. I know you're suffering from what your ex did to you, but I'm going to throw my girlfriend in your face because I know you really want to be with me. And I'm going to show you, it's triangulation. The ones that have girlfriends and wives do it a lot. There's pastors in this community that do it. There's life coaches that do it. And you better pay attention, because they also have been caught not treating their wives right. I've heard a story. One particular individual had his wife with him while doing a live super chat, and he talked down to her. He was very condescending, and a lot of women reported back to me, why does he talk to his wife like trash? And I'll leave that there because I know a lot more on this person than I care to discuss. He's a piece of shit, and women, he's got women all over. His audience is all women. I'm just like, ladies, we got to do better. You're letting these men, talk you right out of your money. So triangulation is number 2. Number 3, childhood upbringing. How many of these life coaches, relationship gurus, pastors, ministers talk about their toxic upbringing? How many of them talk about their toxic mothers, abusive, alcoholic daddies? Do they even reveal their childhood upbringing? Those of us who have survived narcissistic abuse come from toxic parents, toxic families. I'm very vocal. I'm very open. I'm an open book when it comes to my childhood upbringing. I think it's very imperative to share all your experiences. You have to gain the trust of your audience. How can you get out here and talk about narcissistic abuse, call yourself an expert, and completely hide your past? But you want people to give up their money. You need to be asking questions. How were you raised? What is your relationship like with your mother and father? You call yourself a narc abuse expert. Well, one or both of your parents have to be narcissistic. Why haven't we heard about your upbringing? Ladies, pay attention. Number 4, their relationship history. Now, what many of them will do, those that don't have girlfriends or wives, they tend to dwell on just one ex-girlfriend. They're not going to talk about the string of bad relationships or how they contributed. They focus on the one ex-girlfriend, ex-wife. She's the villain in their story. And I want you to think back to your narcissistic ex. He did the same thing when he was love bombing you. He bashed and smeared his exes. Well, these male life coaches do the same thing to gain the sympathy of their female audience. Then, these men, I've heard a lot of life coaches like really tear down the ex-girlfriend's appearance, talk about her clothes, talk about where she bought them from, they're cheap or whatever. Well, you didn't think that when you was with her. I can't stand to hear a man fat shame, body shame, shame a woman in any type of way. I don't care if she's your ex-girlfriend. And a lot of these male life coaches do that. Pay attention. I've caught several of them bashing and tearing down their ex-girlfriends, their appearance and all of that. You was with this woman at one point and you loved her. Now you're smearing the fuck out of her. So guess what? You're no different than my narcissistic ex and everybody else's narcissistic ex. This is what these men do. They bash and tear down their exes. And they put this in their content, and y'all ladies don't pay attention because it goes over your head. Because you're mesmerized by their good looks and their bedroom eyes and them licking their lips. Wake up, ladies. Number 5. This is a very important one. I should have put this at the top. You should be asking them about their criminal background. Have they committed any types of domestic violence? What is their psychiatric history? I tied criminal and psychiatric together. If they are very secretive, when you bring this up, you can ask them privately in an email. Can you tell me do you have a criminal background? Can I search up your name? What is your full name so I can look you up? Have you gone to therapy? If you're an expert, what makes you an expert in narcissistic abuse? If you've gone through any abuse, have you gone to therapy? What was your diagnosis? What was your outcome? Ladies, do not be afraid to ask these questions before you cough up your money. And most of them are not going to be honest anyway. You're going to have to do your own research. You're going to have to do your own criminal background search on these life coaches and pastors. Number 6, flirting. Any type of flirting, whether it be on their live super chat or whether it be on a personal coaching phone call, is inappropriate. Just think you go to a doctor's office and you have a male doctor and he starts flirting with you when you're being examined. You're going to report him because that's poor bedside manner. So why would you tolerate that from a male life coach, a male relationship guru, a pastor? He shouldn't be licking his lips on his live super chat. He shouldn't be flirting and like, oh, ladies, thank you for the compliments. And ladies, and he knows what he's doing. His body language is flirtatious. His demeanor, he's in predator mode. You're giving him that supply and he's loving every bit of it, which is why he flirts back. He winks his eye. He licks his lips. If y'all are on a private phone call and you're getting coaching, y'all, what it is, y'all be so vulnerable coming out of these toxic relationships and you're just so happy that this man is giving you some form of attention that your ex never gave. No, what these life coaches are doing is love bombing you. And you're falling for the Kool-Aid. You're drinking the Kool-Aid. These life coaches are no different than your manipulative ex. So any type of flirting is inappropriate. You better pay attention and get hip to the game in this community. Number 7, body language. What is their body language? In their videos, on their private phone calls of the coaching? Do they wear the sunglasses? I get a lot of hate for talking about sunglasses. Let me see your eyes when you're coaching me. Do your eyes twitch when you're talking? Do you have the blank narcissistic stare? Why are you always wearing sunglasses indoors or in your profile pictures? What are you hiding? The eyes are the window to the soul. When you ask him uncomfortable questions, what does his body language tell you? Does he look uncomfortable? Does he stutter? Does he pause? His body language will tell on him if you pay attention and grill him. Number 8, transparency. Again, transparency is tied to his relationship history, his history of going to therapy, his family upbringing, his history of domestic violence. They owe you. They owe you transparency. They demand your money, but they don't want to cough up or tell you about their past. No, you have been abused. You have been deceived and manipulated and played by a string of people, your family, your lovers. You deserve transparency in this community. This community is for healing. And if someone is not being transparent about how they was raised, their relationship history, their criminal background, etc., then they're hiding something. Why should you give up your hard-earned money to an individual that's hiding things that you deserve to know about? They have to earn your trust. Remember that. Transparency, okay? Number 9, interaction with followers. How often do they get in the comments and just hold conversations and gain feedback? Or are they just giving everybody one-worded, quick answers and just getting the supply? They just love the supply they get from all the attention, but they're not really interacting with their followers. That's something to pay attention to. Number 10, recycled, regurgitated content. Content that is surface level, content that doesn't go deep, content that is not spiritual. You know, a lot of these guys are atheists. They just haven't told y'all. Or a lot of them are hiding behind religion, but they're covert narcissists. I'm telling you, these pastors, 99.9% of them are covert narcissists. They're cult leaders. Okay. And the content, they steal content from all types of people in this community, and all they do is recycle. And it's the same topic recycled 100 different ways. Okay. How many times are you going to talk about a toxic ex? Why a toxic ex cheated on you? How they cheated on you? What to expect when they come back around? It's recycled, it's redundant, and that's all they can give us at this point. Stop giving your money away. Start raising your discernment. Get closer to God, and you will start to see the things that are very demonic in this community. You have been played enough. Your ex-boyfriend, ex-husband played you, pimped you, got you for your money, destroyed your credit. And here you are taking advice from another master manipulator. These are things that you need to be asking these male life coaches, these male pastors. A lot of y'all are scared to open your mouth, but you're quick to give up your money. Now, who wants to smoke with spiritual whistleblower? Because I'm ready for the smoke. It's a new year, and I want my sisters to open up their third eye. We've been played and pimped enough. And that's all these male life coaches are doing, including these pastors, relationship gurus, blah, 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 blah. Now, I dare anybody to dispute me, come for my blood. I want it all. Because, again, I love all women, but as an African-American woman, watching these male podcasts that tear down women and nobody comes to our defense, I never see these male life coaches attacking Kevin Samuels or attacking the red pill community. You're just giving relationship advice on what to do when your toxic ex hoovers you again. Why did your ex use you? Why? Basic shit. Why don't you defend your female audience against these men on these podcasts that are destroying us and devaluing us? Because you are one of them. And you're a psychopath hiding behind your channel, pimping and playing women and extorting the broken heart for a dollar sign. I'm fed up. I'm tired. And ladies, you either smarten up or you keep getting played, because they are playing you just like your ex played you. I'm the spiritual whistleblower. I love you guys. To the next video.